Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's the end of the month, which means it is time for favourites. So let's go ahead and have a look what I've been loving in April. Okay, so I've tried to bring in a couple of things that you haven't seen before. I've obviously been home for a lot of the month, so I have been at home playing with more like regular things or things that you guys have seen plenty of times before. So I've tried to pick out stuff that you guys haven't seen me use too much before. So I'm just going to move all this off and just move it in bit by bit. But I'm going to start off with this little cutie, which was my little chatterbox critter that I made last week. I just think he turned out really cute. He was a little bit of a labour of love, but yeah, he worked out really, really cute. And thankfully my nephews and my niece actually thought he was really cute too, but a lot of you did. So thank you so much to all the people that said such nice things about that video. If you have another kids craft that you think I should try and maybe put like an adult spin on, please let me know. But that's one of my favourites and you can go and check that video out. I'll link it down below. And the next favourite I've got is inspired by Denise at Luscious Label. She actually put me onto these. So these are little solar lights from Bunnings. So they were only $1 and they've got a bit of dirt to them because they've been outside. That one's trying to turn itself on right now, but it's not doing a good job. And I just decorated these for Anzac Day. So this one here's just got Lest We Forget, which we put out the front the night before Anzac Day, and then they lit up and it looked really nice. And then this one's got the soldier and then a poppy on the other side. So I just thought they were really cool. This was all Denise's idea because we couldn't obviously go and do dawn service the way we normally do, but I still wanted to pay my respects as best I could. So I thought making something would be really cool. And that's just using adhesive vinyl. That's, I think it's Metamark, and then this is Cricut vinyl, just using the Cricut, not really complicated, but for what they ended up being, they're really, really nice. So you would have seen in a couple of videos, I've shown you my swatch templates for all of my distress oxides. Decided to make myself some other kinds of templates. I have real issues when it comes to dies. Like I want all the shape dies. I want all the circles and all the squares. And they cost a lot of money and I don't have any right now. So I've decided I can actually use my Cricut for a lot of the things I want to cut. The issues I have is sometimes I can't get the sizings from the computer to be in real time. It kind of doesn't compute for me. So what I did is I went ahead and cut out a bunch of different shapes in 0.5 centimeter increments. So I can actually put these onto a piece of paper, work out which size I want, and then I can go and cut it out on the Cricut. It just helps guide me a little bit more. So I've done the stars from 2.5 centimeter, no I did it from 2, all the way up to 11.5, and I've done the circles from 2 all the way up to 14, and they just sit on the little rings and they just guide me to sizes. Doesn't take up too much room, really easy to do. Took me out like a couple of hours to get that to cut. I basically just set it up and walked away. But yeah, just to help guide me a little bit more and save me some money when it comes to actual buying the dies, because I don't really need to buy them if I can use my Cricut to do it. So I'm going to move on to my last two favourites, but my two shiny favourites. So the first thing is my glitter stash. I was going through all of my drawers and I was cleaning them up as part of the office move, and I didn't realise that I had quite as many pretty sequins as I do. Especially didn't realise that they come in actual rainbow order. So I was very inspired by the fact that they're in these rainbow orders. So I actually went ahead and made a couple of cards. These are both, obviously, have made these off camera. But I just really enjoyed playing with a different medium. I don't play with sequins particularly often. I tend to find they make a mess and they're a bit too complicated. These two they weren't complicated. I wouldn't have made a mess if I didn't knock the things over. So that was my fault. But really, really simple, just using glue just to stick them down. And I think they actually both came out looking really nice. So it's amazing what you can find when you have a look through your collection and realise what you have that you didn't know that you did. So these are the last kind of two favourites that I'm going to show you, and then I've just got one other one to tell you about. So this is the Heidi Swapp Mink Clear Texture Paste. Now this is, I don't know if this is part of the new release that the Mink Toner ink is part of, but I will be getting that when it comes out. But what this is, it's a paste that reacts with the foil. So instead of having to put the toner down for it to react with, you put down this clear texture paste, and this is what you can come up with. So I've got two here. I've got one with the little dots and one here with these fireworks. And all I did with these is I used the texture paste and this scraper. Now this scraper is also a favourite. I got this from Spotlight as well. It's part of a 2-pack, but it's just so easy to squish this in. It's actually in the cake decorating section. So if you're looking for it, that's where it's going to be. But I just used it in conjunction with a stencil. You basically just put it down, put the texture paste on, slide it through, give it a couple of seconds, pull that off, let it dry, and then you run it through the Mink. It's that simple. And not only is it obviously beautifully foiled, but it's also got a little bit of a raised texture, so it almost feels like it's been embossed. It's just a really, really cool extra thing, and I'm really looking forward to getting the rest of the new Mink collection so I can try all of it. Having so much fun adding foil to things right now, and I'm going to have, I tend to do them on my MemoryDex cards because I can kind of play and experiment and see what happens, and it's not on something that I then need to show you guys. But if you want to see this in action, please let me know and I'll make sure I do a video of that really, really soon. So the last thing that is my favorite in April has been doing all of these Zoom meetings that I have been a part of. So they've been both one that I've run for Plum Mashable, and then there's also been one, or actually there's been a lot, that I've been involved in with the Planner Jam one. Now if you haven't been to one of our Zoom meetings before, please go and check out Planner Jam. I'll link it down below. But I've been having so much fun just connecting with you guys. It's great just to have you on. I don't necessarily have to, and this goes for anyone, if you come to any of these, you don't have to necessarily be talking the whole time or be interacting the whole time. A lot of us put it on and kind of craft away, and it's just like having friends around you. And it's that kind of connection thing that, especially while we're all inside and staying safe at home, it's really good to have just that background noise of other human beings. And I'm really, really, really enjoying them. We do run them Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. That's kind of the schedule we're trying to stick to. So if you do want to join in, like I said, I'll link it and you can go and check out the schedule. Hopefully you can join in one really, really soon. So they are all of my favorites for April. Yes, April. I hope you did like some of those ones. If there's anything here that you've seen that you want to see in a little bit more detail, I do tend to leave my favorites for things that I've done off camera and then can show you, as opposed to stuff I've already done. Except for this one because he was just too damn cute. So that's sort of what I do with my favorites. But if something is in my favorites that you then want to see more of, please let me know down below or on any of my socials, and I'll make sure to do that in a future video. Please give this one a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to be subscribed to my channel. You can also follow me on any of my social medias. Hope you guys have had an okay April. I know it's been a different April than most of us have been used to, but I know I can speak for myself, and I'm actually coping better than I thought I would. And I think that's got a little bit to do with the Zoom meetings, which is why I chucked them in here as well. Hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!